What screams I'm a bad parent? Using children as pawns in divorces or separations. Treating your kid as your therapist. Never saying sorry to the kid when the parents make a mistake. Demeaning your children as means of punishment. I'd kiff this really screams it, but I absolutely hate when adults tell other adults their children's shameful secrets for no reason. Even strangers. It tells me those children probably don't feel like they can trust their parents. Blaming your own mistakes and regrets on your kids. Using them as props gain for your YouTube channel. Making your child think they aren't good enough. Saying you're too young to be depressed and ignoring red flags from mental illnesses. Being addicted to meth. Punishing adult children when they don't do everything you say by silent treatment or nasty texts. Later acting like nothing happened. Saying, you never let go of things. Not correcting your kids. Yelling at the kid for every trivial thing. Saying things like you're such a disappointment, I wish I had a daughter, instead you ruined my and your mother's sex life. This is stuff I heard for years. Telling your kid that you need them only for their money in the future. The infantilization of their children. Wanting them to stay helpless babies forever because they don't want them to grow up. I'm a nanny and it seems like a growing trend. It's one thing to engage in some infantile behavior or spoil your children a little. It's another thing to bend to every whim and not make your kids uncomfortable. Example with some kids I'm currently dealing with, not potty training them. Pulling out a 12-gauge shotgun when I don't listen. Thinking that small children are just selfish tiny adults. Your kid isn't asking for stuff because they are selfish, mostly we're excluding their occasional manipulative tendencies. They are doing it because they are 5. Don't be a dick to your kid because they are asking for support, help, food. Your own children being afraid of you. No child should be afraid of the person that looks after them nearly 24/7. Yelling at your kids. I don't mean hey get off the counter or stop you're gonna fall. I mean screaming things like what is wrong with you? Or do you even try? When you get mad and get loud you are doing 3 things. 1. Teaching them that people are allowed to yell at them and say awful things to them, they should accept that treatment. 2. Lowering their self-esteem. Whatever you are saying to them they will believe. If you say you're so lazy it will not motivate them to be less lazy, it will simply force the lazy trait upon them. 3. Teaching them that they should always avoid serious conversations with you. You are not a safe person to talk to. Edit typo. Treating your son as the man of the house because you're single. Downplaying their mental health struggles and taking years to realize that your child is suicidal and desperately needs help. Leaving your kid home while the rest of your family goes to France for Christmas. Was in McDonald's the other night, a dude came in after midnight and was there for over an hour, clearly buzzed and seemingly in no hurry. I go to leave. Out in the parking lot is this little girl. Can't be more than 2-3 years old, bawling her eyes out and trying to climb out of the back seat of a car. It's less than 20 outside and all the windows on the car were up. I run over expecting her parents to be in the car, stopping traffic as I go so the kid doesn't get run over and nobody is in the car. Car isn't running and is nasty. A McDonald's employee who was also watching all this, and I take her into the McDonald's and no sooner than we get inside, the dude who has been just chilling for over an hour comes up and snatches the little girl and cusses her all the way back to the car she climbed out of and drives away. I am not a violent man, but I contemplated at least 3 felonies in the time it took for him to drag her back to the car. J's. TL Drive. You see the worst parenting at McDonald's late night. Shit my dad has said to me growing up were definitely red flag toxicity. Shit like your grandpa embarrassed me in public growing up. Now it's my turn and I think your friend is gay, he better not make you gay. Invalidating your child's feelings, struggles, and or mental illness in favor of you don't know what struggling really is, or some form of back in my day or you kids are so weak. You have just robbed your child of support, told them their feelings do not matter, and informed them that you are not a safe person to confide in. Having a kid just for the sake of having one. Don't want a kid, don't have one. I don't care if your family guilt trips you. The parental instinct or the want to like kids is not a magical switch. Always believing they're right because they're the adult and therefore not letting the child have any say.